This video is brought to you by Global Men's Wellness, your 24/7 AI health expert. No copays, waiting rooms, or awkward conversations. Just real answers whenever you need them. Visit globalmenswellness.com to try it free and get your own on-demand concierge-level wellness expert. Welcome to the Global Men's Wellness podcast. In this episode, we're going to explore an exciting and rapidly advancing frontier in men's sexual health. Topical therapies for erectile dysfunction. We all know that the development of oral pills like PDE5 inhibitors was a game changer. But what about the men they leave behind? The ones who don't respond, experience side effects, or simply want an option that feels more spontaneous and connected to the moment. Today, we're going to review the clinical evidence for a new wave of treatments that are applied directly to the skin and discuss how they are addressing the long-standing unmet needs of millions of men and their partners. Erectile dysfunction is a condition that carries a heavy burden. It affects a huge number of men, with some studies showing a prevalence of nearly 50% across 8 different countries, and its impact goes far beyond the bedroom. ED is strongly associated with anxiety, depression, a loss of self-esteem, and reduced intimacy. These negative effects extend to partners, who often report decreased sexual desire, relationship dissatisfaction, and frustration. It's a profound quality of life issue, and it's even being reported more frequently in men under 40. The standard treatments we have are good, but they come with significant limitations. Oral PDE5 eye pills, while effective for many, have a surprisingly high dropout rate. Studies show that up to 50% of men stop using them after just 1 year. The reasons are varied. Side effects like headache or flushing, the cost, a reluctance to be dependent on medication for intimacy, and a lack of spontaneity. Other options like intracavernosal injections can be very effective, but come with a fear of self-injection that leads 2/3 of patients to discontinue them. And while penile implants are a fantastic permanent solution, they are invasive and costly. This has led researchers to define what an ideal ED medication would look like. It should be discreet, effective, safe, suitable for on-demand use, have a rapid onset, and be accepted by both the patient and their partner. An accessible and effective topical treatment has the potential to meet all these goals. Topical therapies offer some major advantages over pills. First, they provide targeted treatment directly at the site of action, leading to a much faster onset than a pill that has to be absorbed into the systemic circulation. This also reduces the risk of systemic side effects and drug interactions. Second, they avoid what's called first-pass metabolism in the liver, which can break down a drug before it even gets a chance to work. And third, they offer an easy, non-invasive application. A fast-acting gel can even be incorporated into foreplay, enhancing intimacy and partner acceptance rather than detracting from it. So what are these topical therapies, and do they actually work? Let's look at the clinical evidence. One of the most studied ingredients is alprostadil, a synthetic version of prostaglandin E1. It's been delivered in a few ways. For years, it was available as a small intraurethral suppository. While it showed statistically significant improvements in erectile function, many men found it difficult to continue using due to penile pain or cost. More recently, alprostadil has been formulated as a topical cream. Large-scale studies with over 1,700 patients showed that it produced a statistically significant improvement in erections compared to a placebo. However, the improvement wasn't always large enough to be considered clinically meaningful for every patient. While the cream isn't approved in the United States due to manufacturing issues, it is approved and available in the European Union and can be particularly effective as a combination therapy for men who don't get a full response from oral pills alone. Another area of research has been topical nitric oxide donors, like nitroglycerin gel. Since nitric oxide is the key molecule for initiating an erection, this makes a lot of sense. Studies showed that these gels could increase blood flow and tumescence. However, in a major crossover trial, a nitroglycerin gel only showed a small improvement in erection scores over a non-medicated gel, and it came with a higher rate of headaches. This brings us to one of the most interesting and unexpected discoveries in recent years: a non-medicated hydroalcoholic gel called Med3000. It was originally used as the control arm in that nitroglycerin study, but researchers noticed it was having a surprisingly positive effect on its own. This prompted 2 more large-scale studies. The results were compelling. In a study of 250 men, MED 3000 produced clinically meaningful improvements in erectile function in 63% of patients. And perhaps most impressively, it demonstrated a very rapid onset of action. In over 3,600 intercourse attempts, 60% of men reported noticing their erection begin within 10 minutes of application. When compared head-to-head with the oral pill tadalafil, the pill was more effective overall, but the MED 3000 gel works significantly faster. Based on this strong data, in June of 2023, the FDA authorized MED 3000 for marketing as the first-ever over-the-counter topical gel for the treatment of ED. The availability of a safe, effective, over-the-counter option could be a monumental shift in how men approach this condition. One of the biggest barriers to treatment is the initial embarrassment of talking to a doctor. We saw in the United Kingdom that when sildenafil was made available through a pharmacist without a doctor's prescription rates increased, and many men who started with the over-the-counter option later went on to see their doctor. An accessible product like MED 3000 may serve as a crucial first step that empowers men to seek treatment and, eventually, further medical advice. The future for topical therapies looks even brighter. There are currently several new agents in late-stage clinical development. This includes topical formulations of vardenafil and sildenafil, the active ingredients in Levitra and Viagra. There is also a first-in-class peptide called BZ371A being tested, which works by enhancing the body's own nitric oxide production. While these are still several years away, it shows a clear trend toward developing more effective, non-invasive, localized treatments. In conclusion, the results of this comprehensive review are clear. Topical therapies can provide statistically and clinically significant improvements for men with erectile dysfunction. The arrival of an FDA-authorized over-the-counter gel like MED 3000, along with effective prescription creams like topical alprostadil, represents a major expansion of our treatment toolkit. While they may not be superior to oral pills for every man, they provide a desperately needed alternative for those who require or prefer a different approach. They bring us closer than ever to the ideal ED treatment, one that is rapid, reliable, non-invasive, and integrated into the intimate moment itself. This is a truly exciting time in the field of sexual medicine, offering new hope and new options for men and their partners of your health everywhere. Anytime, anywhere. Visit globalmenswellness.com and start your free trial today. Get expert-level answers in seconds, not weeks, without the cost, the wait, or the awkward conversations. Real support on your terms. Visit globalmenswellness.com now.